10 years of curtsying and she'd rather flee than feast. This princess is done dining on decorum. I'm Zan, konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? And welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. Hope you're excited for this really cool episode. I am. And with that in mind, let's actually get to it, because if you remember from the last episode, I spun that one that only the Wheel of Manga, and I take turn today reviewing a manga that, well, is one which is an adaptation of a light novel that's been pretty popular. There's also a really cool anime series that came that was inspired by this, but let's actually get to it because we're talking about I Want to Escape Princess Lessons. This was written by Izumi Sawano with art by Uri Sugata, and character designs are by Miru Yumesaki. And this is a very simple story. It's a story of Letitia. Letitia is living every woman's dream. She's the daughter of a duke, and she's been raised in the laps of luxury, and she's engaged to the ruggedly handsome Crown Prince Clarke. And he's the first prince in line to the throne, and she has been training to be his bride for a long time. And one day, at a huge ball, what happens? Oh no! Prince Clarke is there with a young woman named Brianna, and she's shocked, like, wait, what's my fiance doing with another woman? This is startling, it's horrible. And she says, wait, does this mean that our engagement is... And he just says, yeah, it's... And she takes it to mean that he's saying their engagement's off because she found a new guy. He found a new girl, and she immediately is like, "Wait, really? This is awesome!" And she's like, "Yes, this is the best thing ever," because she hates being his fiance. He's not a jerk. He's not an asshole. He's not abusive. No, she hates princess lessons. She's hated it for the last 10 years. And what am I talking about? She was told not to laugh a certain way. She was told to study, 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 dance, 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 study, 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 dance, 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 study, 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 dance, dance, dance. And that's it. So she is done. And she looks at her brother, who's the reason why she's engaged to the prince. She's like, is this cool? He said no. I'm out of here. And you, Brianna, good luck with it. You're going to have fun with the princess lessons. It's great. They're going to teach you all this stuff. They're going to be horrible with you. You're a better woman than I am. I'm leaving. Also, you got big boobs, so you're going to be fine. Meanwhile, Prince Clarke's like, wait, what the hell just happened? And Lettie just bolts. Like, I'm done with this. I don't have to deal with all this crap anymore. I'm free. And because Lettie is a girl who likes the outdoors. She likes being rough and tumble and speaking her mind and eating the food she wants and not having to be dainty. And all the princess lessons have been dainty, dainty, dainty. You can't play outside. You can't talk to your friends. You can't do this. She's been alone for 10 years. So she is pacing out. She is done. And so she pretty much gets her carriage, says, see ya, and leaves and goes back home. And she gets her best friend, Lily, who's been her lady's maid. He's like, Lily, you and me, and all the servants, we're going to move to a small part of my family's land in the middle of the country, in a small town, and we're going to live a wonderful life. I can fish, I can ride when I want to, I can laugh, I can do this. And so she goes there, and she's happy and sweet, until one day when she's fishing, who dares to show up and sit next to her but it is Prince Clarke. And he's like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, I'm fishing. Why are you here? And he's like, well, you're actually looking at me. And he's actually happy to see her. She's completely confused, like, what's going on? We're no longer engaged. Like, no, I never canceled the engagement. We're still engaged. She's like, wait, what? And then she goes back and she's like, he never said we're not engaged. Oh crap. And he's like, well, I love this side of you. And he's really happy. So he's like, but we're still gonna get married because you're the only woman I want to have kids with, and it's gonna be great. But I'll see you in a couple days. And so he leaves. And she's like, wait, what? I gotta get out of here. This isn't good. Why is he here? And her brother's like, yeah. The thing is, he was trying to make you jealous. That's why he brought the girl there, because you don't look at him. And this is the first time you actually looked at him and saw him. And she's perplexed. She's like, what do I do? What do I do? So I'll escape. Who stops her? Brianna. She's there. She's like, yeah, those princess lessons? Hell no. You're built better at this than I am. So you take care of him. You're going to be great. And she's like, no. I'm going to leave. I'll wait till late at night. I'll get some money. I'll run away. I have enough money to last me a couple of weeks. I'll figure out the rest. And then when she jumps out of the window, who stops her? Well, Brianna stops her and she's like, no, we're not doing this. You're going to stay here. You're going to marry the prince because I don't want to deal with that crap. And after a little bit of fluffling and this and that, what happens is that, well, ends up being stuck, still engaged to the prince because the prince catches her, grabs her, and then takes him to the castle where he's modified the whole castle to have a lake so she could fish and brought animals so she could do stuff so she could be happy. It's like, you don't have to do princess lessons anymore. You could just relax. You'll be queen still, but it'll be great. It's like, that's not a bad idea, but I don't want to be queen. I just want to be free. He's like, no, you're going to be fine. You're going to love this. And he's essentially holding her hostage. And Lily can't come because Lily helped her escape. And so he's pretty much barricaded her in a room. And whenever she escapes, he's waiting for her. At one point, she hears a weird noise in the new room they put in because there's a secret passage because she gets the blueprints. What's the secret passage? It's Prince Clarke. He's really, really stalkery and kind of being creepy about it. And she's like, oh, but you know what? Maybe I could. No, I don't want to do this. And so she's fighting the urge to realize that Clarke is a good guy. And also the fact that he's holding her hostage. And this is that story. It's literally how to make a princess fall in love with you when she doesn't want to fall in love with you in a way which is kind of messed up. Because honestly, this is really, really cringy. Clarke is essentially holding Lettie hostage until she loves him and marries him. There's more going on. Don't get me wrong, there's more going on. He actually does sincerely love her. The reason why he loves her is a great reason. And it's essentially her trying to escape from him for several chapters of he's holding her hostage. And it's like, technically they're still engaged, so there's that, but he's. This is Stockholm Syndrome, the manga. It's just, she's falling in love with him, but he's also holding her hostage. Kind of like Beauty and the Beast, but not like Beauty and the Beast, because this is straight up like whenever she tries to escape, he catches her and literally will drag her back. Or at one point when she actually has that opportunity to escape, she forgets to. Because like, oh my god, I did it. What do I do now? And then everyone that he has as her servants, these new servants, are all helping him out. Because, oh, their story's so romantic because he she he loves her and he's doing all this for her. And it's like, this is really cringy. And there's a spin-off series about Brianna and her situation, and Brianna is a fascinating character. Maybe her friend, maybe her rival. We're not entirely sure. However, regardless, this is crazy. It's bananas. And what am I going to say about this? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it because the story as it goes on, we learn more about what's happening. It is fascinating, and like I said, Clarke is actually genuinely in love with Lettie. And the reason why he's going to these extremes is for kind of a noble reason because he noticed when he first met her, she was so happy and joyful. And then as the years have gone on, her eyes have just glazed over and she's just been going through the motions, not even looking at him. He's even said nice things to her or tried to fix things. And she's just like, uh huh, okay, uh huh. And he just wants the girl that he liked back. But the way he's going about it is so what the fuck? It's a little much. So as for the art style is very shoujo esque. It is kind of pretty. I do like the designs of Lettie's different costumes. I do like the difference between her and Brianna slash Brie. Calls her Brie because the joke cheese. And well, Prince Clarke is just very generic looking. Honestly, he's supposed to be a blonde hair, but he looks like he has rose colored hair. That's like because the cover he's blonde, but then you read it, it's like he doesn't feel like he's blonde. He feels like he's a different color hair. But anyway, um, there is a funny moment involved that's essentially a Winnie the Pooh moment. That's pretty funny and pretty bad, pretty depressing. But overall, is this a good story? Is it a bad story? Is it a wonderful story? Well, honestly, out of our rating system, I've got to give this a give him Crazy at Miro. It's okay, but in the end, forgettable. Uh, some of the pros are that Lettie's agency. She just doesn't want to be a princess. She wants to live her own life, and she's going to do anything she can to do that. And I love that she has this great agency to her character. Also, it's very subversive to the premise. It's the princess doesn't want to marry the prince. Most times, it's oh, the princess will love the prince and be with him no matter what. This is not that. This is she wants her own thing. And there is the romantic tension going on with that because she is realizing the truth of Clarke's feelings and getting memories of the past. And that's kind of a cool tension because from Clarke's point of view, he actually does love her. And that's a kind of cool point. But that goes into the cons. He's really stalkery. He's to the level he is sleeping in a hidden room next to her. And when she finds it, he tries to tempt her to sleep with him. Not sex, sleep with him. And he's like, oh, it's one thing. And he's constantly bringing up their wedding and their things. He's pushing, like, he's like, oh, we're going to get married. We're going to have kids. It's going to be great. And then we're going to have a great ball. And we'll do another ball to recreate the one that we had the first time. It's going to be wonderful. It's like, dude, you're being creepy. And that's leading to the whole Stockholm syndrome undertones where Lettie is falling in love with him, but she's kind of being coerced into falling in love with him because there's no other option. And don't get me started on her brother just selling her sister. I mean, I know that is politically correct for the time period. The past, that was the head of the household, the male heirs, the male head of household would sell the daughters. I get that. But this is a fantasy. It's not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to feel this creepy and cringy. It feels really creepy and cringy. And honestly, the power dynamics are really uneasy and uncomfortable. The tropes for this are the reluctant bride, the obsessive love interest, and the escape as empowerment. Like I said, it's a good manga. It's not a great manga. And Greta, I was talking to Greta about it, and she was watching it and reading it, and she kind of agrees that it's really Stockholmy. It's not bad by a long shot, but at first glance, at first read, you're like, this, I feel cringy with this. I feel freaking wrong with this. So, but I mean, I could be wrong. If you've read this and you disagree with me 100%, or if you think I'm missing something about this, maybe because I'm not the target audience, I'm not a shojo guy. I'm someone who likes josei. I like a little more bite bang to my butt. Even though this is a really good story, am I reading it wrong? Well, let me know. Email me zanspark.com or tweet me at Spark and leave a comment down below if I'm reading this 100% wrong. If you think that I'm crazy for that, let me know. And anyway, with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga release for the week. We've got some really good ones this week and some really crazy ones. Starting off with 10 Dance, number 8. Then we've got the Apothecary Diaries light novel number 8 also coming out. This has long been delayed. Also, fun fact, it has been announced that the creator of this series, Natsu Aguya, is going to be at Anime Boston. Makes you want to get there this year. Next, we've got Assassin and Cinderella, Volume 3. Beetle Hands, Volume 4. This is a digital release only. Betrayed by the Hero, I Formed a Milk Party with His Mom, Volume 4. Black Knight Parade, Volume 9. Blades of the Guardian, Volume 1. This is by Kana. It looks really good. Chainsaw Man number 20. Dragon Ball Super, Volume 24. The Elusive Samurai, Volume 19. Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, novel number 13. The Heroic Legend of Arslan, Volume 22. How to Deal with Your Intimidating Neighbor is Actually an Omega, Volume 2. I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class, Volume 5. Initial D, Omnibus number 9. The Kingdom of Ruin, Volume 12. Let's Do It Already, Volume 8. I believe this is the second class volume of the series. Lout of Count's Family, Volume 7 of the novel series. Magical Girl Dandelion, Volume 1. Mocha the Cat and His Forever Family, Volume 2. Monster Guild, The Dark Lord's No Good Comeback, Volume 10 of the light novel. My Goddess is Precious Today 2, Volume 2. Nana, 25th Anniversary Edition, Volume 3. New Ways Exorcist, Volume 5. Reborn as an Assassin Apprentice, light novel number 1. Uri Dragon, Volume 3. Sex Drive, Volume 3. Shiguro Chara, the 20th Anniversary Edition, Volume 1, as well as the Shiguro Chara Jewel Joker, Volume 1. Snow Angel, Volume 4. This is the final volume of the series. A Star Brighter Than the Sun, Volume 5. Super Psychic Policeman Shojo, Volume 2. Sword of the Demon Hunter Kinjin Gintoshi, Book number 12. The Tale of a Little Alchemist Blessed by the Spirits, manga number 1. A Tale of the Secret Saint Zero, novel number 4. Tales of the 100 Monsters Next Door, volume 2. They're Still Being Shaken This Morning, volume 1. The Two Perfect Saint, Tossed Aside by My Fiancé and Sold to Another Kingdom, light novel number 2. True Love Fades When the Contract Ends, The Secret of the Rose. This is a one-shot. The 12 Kingdoms, book 4, Sea God in the East, Vast Sea in the West. Virtuous Ventures, The Hilarious Hijinks of Erotic Amateurs, volume 2. We Are Not Beasts. Windbreaker number 20. And then last but not least, we've got World Trigger volume 28. So these are the manga releases for the week. We've got a lot of series that are ending, a lot of new releases that have been really anticipated, and a lot of other series that I've never heard of. So which of these are you most excited about? For me personally, my top ones are going to be, starting off, we've got They're Still Being Shaken This Morning, volume 1. This looks so funny because it is about two people who are in love with each other who don't talk on a trade, and it's about all the people watching this interaction who are seeing these two idiots try to dance around the fact that they like each other. You have Chugo Chara Volume 1. This is a big series that was popular 25 years ago. I'm surprised it got re-released. Reborn as an Assassin's Apprentice. It's a very different take on the Reborn as series. So it is a kind of does like different. We got Magical Girl Dandelion, which is a new Magical Girl series. That should be fun. And then my top of the week is going to be Blade of the Guardian Volume 1. The art in this looks like Kazuo Koike mixed with a little bit of Under Ninja. I'm excited to see what this is. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We're going to have to wait and find out. But regardless, let me know your thoughts. Which of these are you most excited about? Let me know. And with that in mind, I want to thank each and every one of you who are checking out this podcast. Every email I get, every new comment, every new subscriber gives you more motivation to keep doing this podcast. And officially, I'm at 400 followers. If I can get to 500 this year, that would be awesome. So definitely like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about this. Check our website, www.spiraken.com. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, subscribe, and as always, click on that bell for notification for these new episodes. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the most popular part of this podcast. And what are we talking about? You know, I'm going to say we're talking about that one, that only. The Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitutes. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What I've done is I've assigned a manga top to each of the 10 slots. We're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that spot is the one I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 620. Can you believe it's 620? So let's spin and see what we're going to review the next episode, shall we? I'm actually excited for this one. Number 4. So, in the next episode, I'm going to be reviewing a manga about a bunch of assassins who are kindergarten teachers. What are we talking about? Talking about Kindergarten Wars. This one I've been waiting to review for a while. It looks like a lot of fun. Looks like a mixture of Sakamoto Days and Spy Family and a little bit of Mission Yazakura. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We're going to have to wait and find out. But anyway, hope you enjoy this episode. As usual, I'm your host, Zan. I am Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time. And keep reading manga. I will see you later.